Hi, everyone. My name is Haley Dorsey, and I'm a part of the leadership track here at Blue Ridge Energy. And I'm here with Doug Johnson, the CEO of Blue Ridge Energy. And the reason why I wanted to sit down with you today is because it is something known as Co-op Appreciation Month. And for Co-op Appreciation Month, I just kind of wanted my class, my community, and other people out there watching at home to understand what a co-op is, what they do, and what their purpose is here in our state, our county, etc. So, as you know, October is Cooperative Appreciation Month. So can you share with us what is so unique about cooperatives?
Well, cooperatives operate on a not-for-profit basis, and we're here basically to serve or to provide a service, but not to make money.
That's amazing.
Now, we're selling a product, and we have revenues to run the cooperative, but we do not do it for a profit. We're not profit-driven. We're service-driven. And so that equates into a whole different kind of purpose rather than a company that says we're here to make money for our shareholders. We're here to give service to our member owners. And that's what really differentiates a cooperative. Now, there's cooperative principles that set us apart, things like member involvement and economic participation in the cooperative, being involved in your community. There's a lot of things that cooperatives hold as very important values that tend to make us be an important part of the community. And we follow that and try to be a big part of the community. You being on the leadership track is one way that we're involved in our communities, developing future leadership for our area.
Right. And so you've been a part of Blue Ridge for about 45 years
Goodness.
now. What would you say is your favorite part about the cooperative?
People.
People.
Yeah, leading the employees, inspiring passion to serve. That's probably the thing I enjoy the most. And then just seeing it happen, seeing people catch the vision, carry it out, delivering service to our members with what I call a servant's heart.
Right.
And then just serving people, providing their electric service or their propane service. That's something that we do, but it makes life better for our members because we're heating their water, we're keeping their food cold, we're cooking their food with our product, heating their homes, all those things that are really important. We're a vital part of people's life.
Right. And that is really amazing. So thank you to you all.
Thank you.
That is amazing. And so as a high school student, I'm thinking about my future, and a lot of my other classmates are as well. So can you tell me what a cooperative has to offer?
If I were you, I'd have Blue Ridge Energy all over my radar screen. And here's why. Because we offer an environment here that employees love to work here. We have some of the highest ratings by employees of their feelings about being an employee of Blue Ridge Energy of any place in North Carolina, if not the country. And the reason for that is we love our people.
Right.
And we encourage, as I said, everyone to have a servant's heart, not only to our members and customers that we serve, but to other employees, and to be a family together. And so people tend to come here, and unlike a lot of businesses, and even with the younger generations, we're seeing employees come and spend a career with us. And that's somewhat unusual in the generation certainly that you're in or the generation just ahead of you. But we're still seeing a lot of Gen X and Gen Z people come, and they've been here for 5 years. And, that's, something we're really proud of, and we think it's a lot to do with the way we treat people.
Right. And once again, that is very fantastic. So can you list any notable achievements or milestones the cooperatives have hit in the recent years?
Yeah, I just got one yesterday.
Really?
We're a part of an organization called Touchstone Energy, which is a national organization. Through Touchstone, we participate in the American Customer Satisfaction Index. And I got an email yesterday congratulating us once again for being in the top 5 electric utilities for customer satisfaction in the country.
Wow.
And we also know that last year, the last quarter and the third quarter of last year, we were the number 1 utility in the country for customer satisfaction. That's our heartbeat. And if we're able to achieve that, then I'm saying job well done to our employees.
Yes, job well done.
Yeah.
So what are some significant projects Blue Ridge Energy is working on?
Gosh, we're finishing a really big one right now
Really?
up in Watauga County. It's the biggest construction project in the history of this cooperative. It's a $46 million power line and substation coming from Ashe County to Watauga County called the Rutherwood Substation. And that will be energized by the end of this year and become operational. So the biggest project in our history. Then there's all kinds of other projects that we're working on, but that's probably the biggest one. We're working on strategy. We're working with members that are wanting to put solar on their homes and different kinds of rates and services for people that want to have their own generation behind the meter, so to speak. So there's lots of things in that arena that we're working on that create big projects for us as well.
Great. And to piggyback off of that, how does Blue Ridge Energy make an impact in our community?
Well, it's a very big focus for us to be involved. We have 3 primary areas that we want to participate in and give resources to. That's medical, education, and economic development. And a lot of our focus in our corporate giving and in our community involvement are in those 3 areas. So we do a lot with hospitals, universities, community colleges, school systems. Tasha's very involved with our school system and our high school students and providing services to them. We're providing contributions through our Members Foundation to help hospitals expand things like cancer treatment centers, advanced mammography equipment in a county. So just a lot of things we're investing in, all the way to helping to finance fire trucks.
Right.
Out in our district areas. We financed a number of fire trucks using a federal government loan program.
Mm-hmm. And so, as I mentioned before, you've been with Blue Ridge Energy for about 45 years. Where do you see Blue Ridge going in the next 45 years?
Oh, goodness. I saw that question, and it's tough to know where we're going to go in the next 5. But if I go out 45, I think over a long period of time, you're going to see a lot of technology, a lot of things from artificial intelligence to different things that will impact the business model, to changes in the relationship with customers where people are more involved and engaged with their home and business energy. People want to generate more electricity themselves with rooftop solar and other things. So I think, that's going to be, but I think at the end of the day, people are still people. So the service to people will still be a very important part of who we are, even 45 years down the road.
Right. And so how are you guys adapting to this big change in technology? Like you mentioned before, AI, so many different technologies are being, introduced to society.
Yeah.
How are you guys adapting to that?
So technology change is really exponential when you really see what all is going on and the impacts on your operating systems and all the different technology that we use. We have a complete technology team here that oversees technology development and the provision of all of our systems and computers and tablets and phones and all the different software packages that we use. We use it to manage our electric system. We have automated systems to manage outages. We just installed a new interactive voice agent system, an IVA, that actually uses AI. So members are actually talking to an AI voice instead of a real voice when they're using our IVA. And so several things, continue to evolve that's going to involve technology for us. So we have a whole team of technology experts. And then, of course, there's cybersecurity, making sure that we don't get some bad actor in here that messes with all of our technology and does something with malware or something that's damaging to us. So we're constantly innovating and looking for ways to prevent something like that from happening.
Great. That seems very comforting to hear. It is.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you may know this or not, but I have my own podcast. It is called Let There Be Light, and I talk about science. I like to talk about time. I like to talk about space because I do want to enter a career with something to do with engineering.
Okay.
So as far as education goes, for me, it's a big part of my life. I love education. I love to learn.
Yeah.
How does Blue Ridge Energy impact our schools and communities and education as a whole?
Well, we're involved in a lot of different ways with the schools. We mentioned one earlier with the youth leadership track. We provide scholarships to both four-year universities and to community colleges. So very involved in that area. And then internships. A lot of our employees that have joined us started here when they were in college as interns and really liked what they saw. A job was available. They applied and they got it. We got to see their talent. So we're very involved with college students with doing internships here. We usually have about 4 every summer that are working here, from accounting to human resources to marketing, different areas where people could do an internship. And then we have 4 operations interns that are basically high school seniors that are learning if they want to be an electric lineman.
Right.
So, that's something. So we're very, very engaged with our young people and developing the future talent pool that we're going to need.
That's great. And so another question that I have is, so you mentioned community service a
Yes.
lot. You mentioned it a bunch. Do you like to donate to other areas in North Carolina? Do you host lots of fundraisers at all?
We don't do a lot of fundraisers other than we ask members to participate in Operation Roundup with their electric bill, and that provides a pretty good amount of funding for our members' foundation. So it's not necessarily fundraising, but it's encouragement to participate. So we're pretty regularly asking people, hey, will you round up your electric bill? That change will go to our foundation and provides 2 things. It provides community grants, and it provides assistance for people that need a hand up with their electric bill or their gas bill, because they've maybe they've fallen on economic hard times and they need some assistance. So we do a lot of that type of thing with our foundation as well. The only other thing, we participate in like a golf tournament that's a statewide golf tournament to help fund the burn center at Chapel Hill, which is very important because, our employees, our linemen, work around electricity, or our propane service techs work around propane. And so having one of the best burn centers in the country here in North Carolina is very important to us.
Right. And so you are the CEO of Blue Ridge Energy, right? Can you tell me what that means?
Well, literally, I'm the chief executive, the top executive of the company.
Right.
I work directly for the board of directors. We have 12 board members, and I report to a board, and then all the employees literally report to me up through different, executives and supervisors throughout the company. So it means that I'm responsible for providing the overall leadership to the cooperative, setting the vision and direction, with the help of a lot of very qualified people. I don't do that by myself, but making sure, I often compare it to being the conductor of an orchestra.
Right.
You don't play every instrument, but you make sure that we're making beautiful music.
Right.
And you hire people who can make the music, and you conduct the orchestra. And together, you provide what's important to the people who own this cooperative, and that's the members.
Right. And what is the best thing about what you do?
Oh gosh, the best thing is just being around people. I am a people person. I enjoy seeing and talking to our employees. I'm really excited with the quality of our new employees that are coming on, and they're really excited to be here. They're so smart and so dedicated, and not that the older ones aren't, but we're having a lot of people retire, and so bringing in the next generation of leaders, the next generation of employees. That's one of the most exciting things to me.
Right. And what would you say is the most difficult thing you've had to face or you are facing in your profession?
Well, we just went through it, and that was the pandemic. Right. Managing our way through the pandemic, knowing that we had to keep our employees safe because we keep the lights on and we keep the propane flowing in an area that has critical winter weather. And so I'm proud of the way we managed that. We worked with our employees. We didn't mandate everything. We did all agree we'd wear a mask and get through it. But that was a hard time. And we're just now kind of getting through to the other side where that, it's had some effects, on us and our ability to get together and some of the things that's a big part of our culture. So that's been one of the toughest things. I remember when it first was announced as a pandemic, I called a staff meeting on Sunday morning. And I said, folks, this is going to be the biggest challenge we've ever had to lead through this and keep our employees together and keep our employees healthy. And that we're going to work with our employees and our members, and we're going to lead with our hearts, not our heads.
Right.
And we did. And so, I think, when I look back and I hear from employees, they appreciate that was our view.
That's amazing. And so the last question I have for you is, how does Blue Ridge Energy evolve? So I know you spoke about COVID-19, the pandemic. How were you guys able to evolve for that, and how are you guys evolving right now?
Well, we had to just hunker down and get through it. We were in masks. We had people, that were pretty sick. We didn't lose anyone, but we had some folks that were pretty sick as we went through the first rounds of COVID. We just, ask people to stay at home, shelter in place, don't come into the office and try to prevent everyone from having, a major outbreak. And today we're beginning to get back together. We're not fully able to do that because we're having another little round of flu and COVID outbreaks this fall at some local churches and some schools and things. So we're not 100% back to where we were, but we are getting together again and having employee meetings and sharing meals together and things that build culture and helps us to know each other.
Right. And I was at the last member advisory
You were.
committee. I was.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was very eye-opening and very informative, and I really appreciated being there.
Yeah.
And so I think that's all our time. We're at 16 minutes. But the last thing I just want to say is thank you so much, Doug. I mean, this is also amazing.
You're so welcome.
The trip to Washington, D.C., and my trip next year in San Antonio, Texas, everything has just been so amazing. It's like a dream come true. It really is.
And you are an amazing representative
Thank you so
for
much.
us, and we're all so proud of you. Very driven, well-spoken, smart, all the ingredients that we're just so happy that Blue Ridge Energy has you. We're in the place that you're going, recognized as a state and national leader.
Thank you so much. This
You're
has
welcome.
been a privilege to speak with you and sit down. I know you're a very busy man. I know that your schedule is pretty tight. And so the fact that you were able to be here today, it really shows a lot to everyone watching at home.
Well, you're important to me.
Thank
so,
you.
Haley, it's nice to be with you.
It's nice to be with you as well, Doug.
Thank you.